All right, what's going on, everybody? Where are you guys at? I hope you guys are having a good day. Here's Monday, so I don't know. I might post it up like Monday, Tuesday, but happy Monday. Um, Today we have a topic that was requested from one of our friends, Divinely Attached. Thank you for the suggestion. So the question is, how do we set boundaries for ourselves? So the first thing we have to realize is we're always being fed. We're always eating information from our environment, what we're listening to, what we're watching, what we're eating. Um, we have our thoughts also. We're also generating our own thoughts. So we need to be careful on all areas. We have to be vigilant and of all areas of what we are consuming. So remember, it's not limited to just uh, food. It's not limited to just um, information from people. So when we think of setting boundaries, we think of setting boundaries with other people, but setting boundaries can be within ourselves, can be what we listen to music wise, um, all these things, because we're always consuming information. Our body, our subconscious is always taking these things in. So when we set boundaries, when we think of setting boundary with a person, is being able to say no.
No! No!
No is the word that we should all learn when we're younger. With set healthy boundaries within ourselves to respect other people and what they're doing, and their reality and our own. So let's say a song or music makes us feel bad, makes us feel sad. We have to be conscious. So being conscious is also very important. Be conscious of how we're feeling when we're around a certain energy, a certain thing, place, or person. So if we know the song makes us sad and we don't want to be sad, but we need to ask ourselves, why am I feeling sad every time the song comes up? You might feel a certain way, have certain thoughts when the song is up. We need to stop it, change it to something we want to hear, to be around. Same with a person. If we don't know how to say no to somebody, they can't set up a boundary, then it can continue penetrating our field and our actions, and um, determine or manipulate what we're going to do. So being able to say no is the main thing to cut off. And it's all about respecting yourself and loving yourself, understanding yourself. So first thing is setting boundaries within yourself first. What am I able to tolerate from myself? What am I not able to tolerate from myself? What do I want? What direction do I want to move into? What direction do I want to stay away from within myself? You notice when you set these boundaries within yourself first, when you have conversations or things you listen to or suggestions from the out world telling you to go against that, you know when to say no. You know when to say no because you've already set it. It's already, your boundary is already set when you had that conversation with yourself. If you don't have that, then you don't know what to say yes or no to. So you may walk around aimlessly. You never know. And then we may fall down, hurt ourselves, and wonder why. But it's because we never made the decision where to go. We never said no to this, yes to this. So coming back, know when to cut off conversations with people. I don't want to go down that path with you, because you don't want to go down that path with yourself. Know when to change that song when you need to. Know when to change, pivot directions when having a conversation with somebody. I'm learning how to set boundaries. I'm always learning how to set boundaries. And you also, I've come to understand, you set boundaries when you know yourself. You know what you want, when you know what you tolerate, and you know what, you're conscious of what makes you feel good and what doesn't make you feel good. If doing these actions, having these conversations, listening to this kind of music, eating this kind of food makes me feel a certain way. If I drink milk, I get bloated. If I eat a bunch of bread, I feel some way. I don't like feeling that way. Okay, I'm gonna cut off this thing, or if not fully cut off, you're going to slowly decrease how much time and exposure you are around this person, place, or thing. Just have a boundary. Because boundaries doesn't necessarily always mean to completely cut off. It can just be minimize exposure. knowing when and where you can tolerate. If you're in a better state, maybe you can tolerate these energies or these things, people, better than if you're in a lower state. So you have to be always conscious and gauging where you are. If I don't have lack of, if I am sleep deprived, maybe I'm lower energy, lower state, I don't know how to set boundaries for myself. I'm just not there. Everything irritates me, so I have to know when to take care of myself, add more sleep. So another boundary is your habits. Another boundary is your habits. Knowing when to cut off your curfew to go to sleep. If you go over this curfew, how do you feel the next day? Are you able to function, able to get your things done? Are you running behind? So the next day, you need to know when to have that cut off and know when to sleep early. So it's about boundaries is about respecting yourself. Boundaries is about respecting yourself and knowing what to say yes and no to. Okay, one more episode and then I'll go to sleep. Okay, well, if I do this, what's going to happen what is going to happen the next morning? Am I going to be able to go to the gym on time? Am I going to start my diet? Am I going to be able to accomplish all these things I need to for the next day, for the end of the day? So it's just more or less a masculine energy, a direction, and knowing when to move, when to make decisions, and to stick with them. So it's discipline. Discipline, habits is all about, is what you need when it comes to making boundaries for yourself. If you have a big workload and you feel stressed out and you're constantly giving away your time and energy to other things and people, and you don't have time left for yourself, that is when maybe you need to set a boundary. Okay, I'm going to spend less time on these things, more time for myself. Let me finish what I need to do and then go and relax. Go on like vacation mode the best you can. Because a lot of us get overworked, overload of stress, and we get burned out. And recently I've been feeling burned out. So I understand now that we need to take a step back, probably before you get to the point of burnout. Preventative measures, preventative maintenance, take care of yourself prior to getting to that point. Then little by little, you're really cooling off like your steam, so that way you don't have to let it overheat. So boundaries, setting for what you're consuming information wise, of course your diet, who you're letting yourself be surrounded by people wise, your energy, what you're giving your attention to, and knowing when to cut off that energy and give it back to yourself. Knowing when to change the song if it's making you feel, or a movie or something you're watching, knowing when to cut it off and change it to something more uplifting, higher frequency tones, higher frequency music, higher energy, rich foods that nourish your body. But also, if you need to take a step back, it's okay to, get crazy sometimes. It's okay to eat junk food if you need to, because it also can be pleasurable. It's just knowing that boundary, knowing how much, adequate amounts, and not to overspill. So I'm still learning about boundaries. So if I'm around a lot of people for a long period of time and don't respect myself, then my energy can drain. So I need to know when I need to take a step back and relax. Being aware of this, being aware that if you're always around a lot of people and maybe you haven't had time for yourself, you need to take a step back and set that boundary. Okay, I need to limit what I'm doing. I need to limit and go and spend time by myself alone. I don't know, it could be whatever. Coloring book. It can be coloring a coloring book if it makes you feel relaxed and you really like to do so. It can be just listening to good music. It can be eating a very juicy food. Even sometimes junk food can be very relaxing because you're doing something pleasurable for yourself. So I hope this video helps. Divinely Attached, thank you for the suggestion. Anyone else listening, I hope if you needed to learn how to make boundaries, this gives you a little bit more information, more insight, that you're always going to be trying to measure and gauge what is resourceful to you and what is not. That way you know how to make decisions, when to cut off things and when to say yes, when to say no. If you have any more suggestions, feel free to comment, let me know, and I'll try to get back and make a video for you guys. Appreciate you guys watching. Talk to you guys next time.